So I'm just out and about. It's a Saturday and it's a beautiful, clear day, plenty of sunshine, and I'm just trying to soak it all up. And I just drove around and started exploring, and you need to check this place out. I love it so much. Look at this quaint, beautiful church. It's got the stone wall, and then look at this. I mean, come on. I mean, you've got the mountains, but then these houses right next door. It's like peat moss and grass walls and roofs. It's something out of like Lord of the Rings. It's ridiculous. I want to live here now. And then, this is a decent front yard as well. Some horses in the pasture over there. Oh, sun in my eyes. But tell me that that's just not living inside of a postcard. It is now Monday evening. It's about a little after 9:20, and I've got 5 paintings in process here. Mainly mapped out, but I've been kind of butting up against a lot of challenges as far as actually getting the Northern Lights painted accurately and blended well. I guess I should just show you. So, I mean, that's the first one I worked on, and it's still, that one's okay. It has some refinement, but these are just kind of, you can tell closer up, they're just really just kind of mapped in very roughly. And this one is pretty rough right now. It's in the recovery process. I had an idea to blend everything out underneath in white and then do washes of yellow and green on top of the white, and it would produce a luminous, well-blended Northern Lights effect. And so I tried that on this piece first. This is kind of like the guinea pig, and it turned out really rough. I almost started over on it, but I'm just trying to salvage it right now. But the paint comes up really easy as well. I thought it was dry, but it wasn't dry enough. And so this is actually a lot better than it was earlier today, if you can believe it. So I'm having to go back to the method I started to use on this one right here, where it's just being patiently like building up with greens and yellows. And so it's kind of where I am right now. I've got 5 pieces going, and it's difficult to tell when I can start doing the next layer of paint because of the paint kind of just coming up so easily. Part of the reason is because I can't just put it on super thick because I can't blend it well. It dries too fast. I have this flow improver that I've been putting in, and it really does kind of thin out the paint as well. And so when I use that, that's when it starts to bring the bottom layer up. So I have to kind of really be patient, and that's hard to do when it's Monday right now and the exhibition is Saturday. So I feel like I'll be able to get these 5 completed by Saturday. And I have these other 3 canvases that I still have to paint on as well. I don't have to have all 8 canvases painted. There's not a requirement for completed pieces. I would like to have all painted on. I'm actually toying with the idea of doing a triptych with the last 3 and just doing one piece that's a little bit bigger. The only hesitation with that is because I'm having so much trouble blending, it might show up more in a larger piece, that the blending not being as transitionally smooth. So unless I really start mastering using these acrylics and blending them well, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do something that large by this weekend. But anyway, again, just showing more behind the scenes, behind the curtain, getting these pieces done. There's always a lot of struggle with almost every piece. It's very rare that everything just kind of flows out and is perfect without a challenge from beginning to end. So I've got a steep learning curve on this residency, but overall I really can't complain. I'm painting the Northern Lights from images that I've taken of the Northern Lights that I've seen in person in Iceland. And so it's really amazing. And I keep on reminding myself of that when I get frustrated. So anyway, next update, hopefully things will be looking a lot more refined and more positive. What's going on, y'all? It is now Wednesday, November 20th. It's been 20 days since I've been here already. That's crazy. But tonight is supposed to be the peak strength of the Northern Lights activity that's been forecasted for the last couple weeks, really. And I've been looking forward to it and kind of keeping tabs on it. And now tonight's the night. And so I'm hoping for some clear skies. And the peak's supposed to actually happen around 3 a.m., which is that's gonna be a little difficult. So I'm about to go to the Bonus Mart and pick up some energy drinks and snacks for the road trip and to kind of tide me over and keep me energized while I'm chasing these hopefully intense and beautiful Northern Lights. As you might be able to tell in the background, I have been working on these paintings a little bit, starting to get a little stressed as I'm getting closer to the deadline for the exhibition, which is Saturday. So I have a couple more days left to work on these pieces, but I'll document that a little bit more over the next couple days. Tonight is about the Northern Lights, so let's get going. Okay, I've been shooting, I don't know, maybe for an hour, something like that. I've kind of lost track of time. It's just been unreal being able to see the lights in person, but also the shots that I'm getting are showing lots of pinks and purples, and oh man, I don't know what to say. I mean, I even tried to take some pictures with me in it, my stupid person in front of these amazing lights, and to have my silhouette in there, like to prove that I was there or something. I don't know, I just want to be with it somehow, document myself with it. But yeah, I'm trying to tear myself away from this. They're still going, and I'm afraid about missing out on something, but I want to drive to another scouted location, and hopefully it'll yield some amazing shots there too. So no more delaying, let's go. So I am at the new location, and it was a good move, I have to say. Very good move. I've already got some amazing shots. I'm trying to make sure I don't fill up my card, and I made the mistake of only bringing one SD card for my camera. And so I'm going to be camping out here at least another hour or two. And so I want to make sure that, there's some variety in my shots, but it's hard to not just click my remote like after every shot and just do another one. It's just spectacular. This rivals the best I've ever seen so far, and the peak activity is supposed to be in a couple hours, so I'm hoping I've got one more energy drink to try to get me through that, and then driving back home, which would be another hour, 20-minute drive or so. But this is probably my last shot at getting some good photos of the Northern Lights, so I'm going to do what I can. I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is the word that comes to mind is privilege. It's a privilege to be able to have this opportunity, to be able to see and witness this. It's not my first time, but it's awe-inspiring every time. And I mean, right now they're just like, it's crazy how much ambient light there is. It's almost like the moon's out. I can see like the ground and everything around me. They're just, you can see them dancing. It's a privilege to see. If you get the opportunity, come and witness this for yourself. It makes me doing the paintings of this almost feel like a worthless exercise. Like there's nothing I can do to approach, like seeing this in person, or even the photographs just blow my paintings out of the water, at least right now. I don't know. That's all I got to say for now. I think I may talk more tonight, I may not. I don't know. But it's been a spectacular evening so far. Okay, I think this is the last update. It's going on 2 a.m. and I'm kind of on my way back towards Akureyri. I'm at my first location that I stopped at earlier this evening, and I was going to wait out till about 3 a.m. because that was when the peak was supposed to be, but the activity's definitely died down a lot since around midnight to 1 o'clock. And then once I got to this location, the moon was gigantic and just rising over the horizon. And it really took me aback. I audibly went, whoa, when I was driving around the bend and saw it for the first time. So that's really breathtaking to see as well. But that kind of signals the end of my Northern Lights shooting tonight. I think that moon and the moonlight's going to dominate the sky for the rest of the evening. Even if the Northern Lights flared up a little more, I think it would be a little washed out at this point. So 2 o'clock, I think that's gonna be it for me. It's still gonna be another, probably another hour or so driving back. So I'm looking at 3 a.m. getting back to the apartment. But it's been a really cool night. Yeah, I can't wait to share what I was able to capture tonight. And it's just more memories that I'm just going to hold on to. And yeah, it's just, I don't know why I would try to describe it at this point. It wouldn't do it any justice. You just need to see it for yourself. But that's me signing off for now. Good morning. It is now Thursday, the 21st. 2 days out from the exhibition, and I have a long day of painting ahead of me. I'm still buzzing from what I got to see from the Northern Lights last night, which is good because I don't have a lot of energy to speak of right now. I got in about 3:15, and then I still had some energy drink kind of doing its job on me, and I was excited to go ahead and get editing on some of the photos that I got so I could start posting them today. And so I didn't get to sleep till actually about 6 a.m. or so. And I woke up a little bit after 10, which also happened to be sunrise. So I still felt like I got up at the crack of dawn, made me feel a little bit better about myself. But now it gets down to it. I have more painting to get done. And so there we go. That's what's ahead of me. And it's time to get started. So let's go. Good morning. It is now Friday the 22nd, and it's the day before the exhibition officially. And I'm taking a little walk outside, enjoying the scenery. I mean, who wouldn't want to walk by this every morning? So, it's getting a little exercise, a little daylight encouragement. But also I need to run a couple errands. I looked through my brushes last night, and I have a couple smaller brushes to paint stars with, but the paintings are a little smaller than I'm used to painting, and so I'm afraid the stars might look a little clumsy with the brushes that I have, so I'm going to look for a finer tip brush. And then while I'm there, we're going to get some coffee because I'm going to need it. Because after this walk, I'm probably going to be inside the studio the rest of the day and evening. So yeah, so I'm going to go into town in a minute, run those errands, and then be back in the studio and get cranking on the last day of painting. Well, it is almost 2:40 a.m. Actually, it is now exactly 2:40 a.m. Day of exhibition, and I'm finally to the point where I can start painting stars on my 5 pieces that I'm planning on hanging and showing tomorrow. So my energy is definitely very low, and I don't want to take any more caffeine in or anything like that, just so I can have a chance at sleeping and be good for the exhibition tomorrow and interacting with people. And so I'm going to power through with these stars. It's going to be a little monotonous, but I'm excited that it's the last element to these pieces. I'm not sure if I'm going to varnish these pieces. I'm kind of leaning towards not varnishing them and hoping that the gallery lighting shows them off well enough, but I'm a little nervous at, it's not necessarily experimenting, but playing with the look of them when they're so close to being done day of. It's just not an ideal situation to try to do any more refining. I even tried a little bit of experimenting with a hyper black that I have called Black 3.0, and I've had to paint over all of it because it was actually too black. And I'm excited to use it in future dark sky pieces for sure, but maybe it wasn't the best idea to try it the night before an exhibition, and so I've had to paint over all of that Black 3.0 paint with my normal carbon black acrylic paint, just to make it match the rest of the pieces, and it doesn't make the rest of the skies, which are supposed to be intense and luminous, look washed out. So, without further ado, let's get started painting some stars. Okay, I think they may be as done as they're going to be. Just to give you a little bit of idea of the stars, it's hard to see all the tiny ones in the glare right now. But Yeah, they all got stars now. Okay. Well, that was an adventure. Those are the 5 pieces going up in the gallery. Done. I mean, I wish I could work on them longer. I wish I could work on an oil. Wish I could refine them more, but they're done. So I'm happy about that. I wish I could have done more for the show than 5 paintings, but it's almost 2 paintings a week on average. So considering how difficult the time I had getting these to the state that they're actually in, I'm pretty okay with 5 paintings. So next time I see you, we will be hanging the show.